Welcome back to the shop, my friends. Today we have something a little bit different for you. We are going to be going over how I make our board conditioning wax. We use this to finish and refinish our charcuterie boards, cutting boards, chopping blocks, really any wood products that come out of the shop, be it CNC or otherwise. And it's actually pretty easy to make. It's 2 ingredients. We use food grade mineral oil and beeswax. Well, first step is we're going to get our crock pot here, which has been wife approved to live in the shop full time. On high, we're going to get it warmed up. Going to get the oil in it, so a full gallon. You can make this however you'd like in terms of volume, but I do a full gallon to 2 pounds of beeswax, which is a 4-to-1 ratio. A gallon of mineral oil is like 7.9 pounds, so close enough to 8 pounds. And then 2 pounds of beeswax will take this right up to the top, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let's get this warmed up and I will show you the next step. And that should be hot enough, just hot enough that you don't necessarily want to put your finger in it. The wax we're going to be using today is organic white beeswax. Organic doesn't necessarily matter. Use what you have, but what you're looking for is that it's unscented, there's no additives, it's just beeswax. The color doesn't really matter. In this case, the prior batch, I believe, we made with yellow beeswax doesn't really give it much of a tint. I just happen to have white for this project, so that's what we're going to use. So let's get the beeswax in the pot, and we can just watch it melt together. It's always a fun thing, right? So this is going to take a little while for this to melt. You're going to stir it occasionally. Just keep an eye on it. You can't really overdo it. This thing's not capable of boiling the oil. So keep an eye on it until it's nice and homogeneous, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
So we're almost there. As you can see, the little pellets get smaller and smaller as they start to melt and semi-dissolve into the oil here. So we're getting real close to where we want to be. I will show you the next step here once this is done melting. So once the conditioner is homogeneous, we're going to have to start putting it into containers. The ones I use, I get on Amazon. I get them by the 36 pack, I believe. And I like these because they're 4-ounce tins and they have a screw-on, screw-off lid. Big deal. Some of these more cheaply made ones, you just pull the top off, and I've had problems with the tops coming off when I don't want them to. So the screw-on, screw-off lid is certainly the way I recommend going. You can, of course, just put the whole thing in a bucket. You know, all the leftovers when I'm done filling up these jars is going to go straight into that bucket, and that's what I use to finish the projects. These I label for sale. So let's get these all laid out and start loading them up. And now comes the easiest part of this process, perhaps. I'm just going to fill each one of these here with 4 ounces of our mixture and then let them cool. As you can see, I'm laying them out in a grid in the hopes that any that I spill will get caught by the ones around, but this whole workbench is going to be covered in wax here in a little bit. So, you know, go with the flow. Let's get all these filled, and we will talk about the last step. So with the gallon of mineral oil and 2 pounds of beeswax, I was able to fill 36 4-ounce cans with a little bit left over for my own jug for finishing my work. They start out relatively transparent, and then they will cool into a nice paste wax for your use or for your customers' uses. For the finishing, I just use a sticker printer, and I print my own labels. I'd recommend putting on the label what's in the product, in this case, beeswax and mineral oil. And then I will put a date on the back for when it was made so that your customers have some information there. Only thing left to do is to let these cool, get the lids on them. I will get some labels printed, and then I'll show you the end result and how to use the paste wax, and we'll go from there. And that is it. That's how we make our board conditioning wax. Now just to show you it in action here, a little bit. This is a piece of scrap sapele. We'll just give it a little coat. Obviously the first time you coat wood with this, it's going to require a little bit more, but then every time you wash it, you'll be able to apply a thin coat of wax and oil and get that surface right back where you want it. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this process or really anything else that you've seen on our socials or on our page here, let us know in the comment section below, and we look forward to seeing you next time.